Hi everyone, Tim and Dr. Shaz here from Street Science. We're here celebrating National Science Week. Now, I don't have much of an idea what we're going to be doing today because Sharon knows everything. Dr. Shaz, take us through it. What are we going to be doing today?
Well, to celebrate National Science Week this time, we're going to be making another sweet edible science experiment.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be looking at how to make sherbet.
Sherbet! Oh, I love sherbet. Is that the sherbet that pops on your tongue?
This is in your mouth. A science experiment
amazing.
you can eat.
Oh,
Now,
I love that.
for this experiment, we're going to need a couple of things. First of all, we're going to need a little mixing cup. Got one there for you, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to need a mixing stick right here as well. We're also going to need a couple of materials, ingredients. We need a bit of bicarb soda or bicarbonate soda.
Yep.
You're going to need some jelly crystals,
Okay.
whatever flavour you like.
Oh.
You then need something called citric acid, which you can find in the baking aisles in most supermarkets. And finally, you need some icing sugar for that deliciousness inside. Now, we've got our materials lined up, ready to go over here.
Cool.
Now, sherbet is all about getting the right ratios. If you get too much or too little of something, the ratio goes out and it kind of tastes gross. So, we're going to be using our measuring spoons and a stick to get precise measurements every time we go. Using our stick to level off the spoons.
Yeah.
Now,
Cool.
the first thing we need is 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. That's this one here. So Tim, would you like to show the kids how we level off our materials, getting exactly 2
scoop it out.
scoops.
So I'm going to get a bit more, and then I'm going to just give it a good let's make sure it all gets in there. And we're going to just smooch it over like that, so it's nice and even.
And pop it into your mixing cup.
My one. Ooh,
So that's
wonderful.
1 scoop.
So
How many do we need again?
We needed 2.
2
Okay.
scoops. Well done.
So 2.
Measure it
And I
out.
noticed these are big scoops. They're tablespoons, did you say?
Tablespoons. Very important to
Tablespoons.
get your ratios right.
So that's... It says on here as well, so I've got... That's 40 mils.
Excellent. Do you want to do mine as well now?
Yes,
Let's
I'll do
swap over.
yours.
2 scoops of my
1 scoop
icing
for
sugar.
you.
Sugar. The icing sugar is going to give our sherbet that nice sweet taste.
Beautiful.
All right,
there's
the
our 2
next thing
scoops
we
each.
need is 2 teaspoons of jelly crystals.
2 teaspoons.
Now that's a
of
teaspoon
jelly.
right there, Tim. Now
Okay,
you
cool.
can use whatever flavour you want. We've got raspberry. This one here, Tim, not that one.
Okay.
The red one. We've got raspberry flavoured here, but you could use lime flavour.
we've got one.
Yep, make sure we're measuring it out, leveling it out again. You could use, there's an orange one, I think it's pineapple flavoured jelly, whatever you have. All right, you made your 2. Swap it over again, 2 in there.
1 and... We've got 2.
Perfect. Now, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of citric acid.
Citric acid.
That's
so point
this
one
one.
here.
Yeah.
I was
That's
jumping the
it.
gun with the old citric acid.
So the citric acid is actually really, really tangy. We use it in cakes to get that beautiful citrus taste, but you've got to be careful with this one because if you add too much, it gets a little bit gross. So don't add it to this one. Make sure you add it to the right ones. Very careful.
Now, citric acid, that sounds like citrus fruits, doesn't it? A little bit.
It does. So it's the chemical that we extract out of your citrus that gives it that tang. Now, the last thing we need is our bicarbonate soda. Now, we're going to need half a teaspoon of bicarb soda.
Okay.
So make sure you've got the right spoon there.
Yep.
Perfect, our bicarb soda.
Half
So our
a
bicarb
teaspoon.
soda is the base of this reaction. Our citric acid is our acid. So acids normally taste tangy, for lack of a better word, while your bases will taste kind of soapy or very mild. When you mix those 2 together, you get a chemical reaction occurring, which produces a little bit of salt and water. And in this case, we're also going to produce a little bit of carbon dioxide, which is going to fizz on our tongues. It's going to be
It's a
amazing.
bit like a soft drink, isn't it? We're going
little
to be
bit.
producing that carbon dioxide on our tongue. It's going to be bubbling
gonna be
away.
great.
All
All right, so the next step, now we've got all of our materials into our container. I'll show you up to the camera. That's all of our stuff there. The next thing we're going to do is get our mixing sticks and homogenize.
Ooh, homogenize. That's a big word.
Homogenize. Combine it all together to make one solution.
1 even part. Now, I've noticed on milk before that it says that it's been homogenized. Does that mean a similar thing?
It does. It means that milk's been shaken, all of the particles are mixed together,
Yeah.
so it is delicious to drink.
So we don't get any big clumpy bits in the milk, because that'd be a bit weird if you had some clumps in the milk.
Gross. Now, there might be a couple of clumps in yours. I know I've got a couple of clumps
Yeah.
in my sherbet here.
We'll just
What
keep
I'm
mixing.
doing is taking my stick and I'm squashing those clumps to the side to make sure I get a nice homogeneous mixture.
Yep, that
Mix,
sounds
mix,
like a very good
mix,
idea.
Mix, mix. Oh, making a bit of a mess. That's all right.
That's all right.
it off
So just
later.
thinking about these ratios, because some people might want to try and make this sherbet at home with all these ingredients, but they might want to make more, or they might want to make less. Probably more, I'd say. So I'm just figuring out in my head, we added 2 tablespoons, which is 40 mils of the sugar.
That's
right.
correct.
And then it was 2 teaspoons of the pink. What was the pink stuff called again?
Jelly crystals.
Jelly crystals. So that's 10 mils. So it's a 4:1 to 0.5 to 0.2. So 0.5 of the citric acid and then 0.25 of the...
Getting very technical there, Tim.
Yeah, so
half a teaspoon of bicarb soda, 1 teaspoon of citric acid, 2 teaspoons of jelly crystals, and 2 tablespoons. That's the big stuff of your icing sugar.
Or if you do the ratios the other way, you could say it's one of this, then one of the bicarb, twice as much citric acid, and then twice as much of the citric acid with the jelly crystals, and then 4 times as much of the sugar. So much sugar.
How does yours look, Tim? Is it homogenous?
It's getting there.
I reckon mine is
good.
homogenous. I reckon it's time for us to do a taste test.
A taste test?
Yeah.
Oh,
so now what we need to do is use our mixing sticks to get some of that sherbet, and we're going to just drizzle it on our tongue to see if we can feel that fizzy action.
All right, let's give it a
do
go.
it. Mmm. Fizzing. Oh, yes.
Oh, it's fizzing in my mouth. This is amazing.
Well, there you have it, guys. A simple, easy DIY. You guys can do at home. Science that you can eat.
Yeah.
Amazing, right? Enjoy your National Science Week, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you guys.
Bye.